Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 22 over on Court Farms. Right, it is harvest season, guys. It is harvest season, which is a good thing and a bit of a bad thing. Right now, we don't have a harvester, and it is unfortunately, well, harvest season. So we've got a little bit of money in the bank, and we do have enough money to buy a very cheap bison harvester as it stands now. People have put in the comments since the last video saying don't buy the bison, it's not good, blah blah blah. Completely agree with you. I've used the bison in the past, done it on like a little survival series that we've done in the past, and I know it's not the best harvester in the world. All it is right this second for me personally is price. Now, I'm hoping to be able to get a couple of harvests done. So we won't have like the time on the quickest. I just want to spend like a couple of videos, you know, spending a bit of time on some harvesting because we've not done it yet. So, but what happened today was when we came into July, 3 fertilizing contracts came up. Well, I think they came up in June, but obviously we were doing the grass contract. So anyway, we've got 3 fertilizing contracts to do. Now these are technically going to earn us just a little bit of money. It won't be loads, but it'll be a little bit of money. And I'm just wondering if this is going to be enough to buy us a small trailer. Now we do need to get a trailer as well as a harvester, which is why the bison, I think, for this year is the harvester to go for. Now, like I say, I know it's not a great harvester. People are probably going to be like, whoa, we told you not to buy that one, it's not very good. Money. That's all it is. Money. So we've got to basically spend what we can, you know, we've got to buy something we can afford. Now we do have a very old class harvester that we could buy, but it's about £3,000 or £4,000 more. Same brake horsepower, you know, but it's £3,000 or £4,000 more, and the header also costs more for that. You know what I mean? And again, there's a header I want to buy, there's a harvester, a specific one I want to try and buy, but I don't want to be stuck with something relatively expensive for 1 year basically. So if we can just buy the cheapest one to do a harvest, because don't forget, when we get the harvester going, we're going to put the harvester going on Courseplay, but we're going to be following it in the Renault with the baler. Now, all contracts, we get paid to clear the fields. We get paid to clear the fields, straw and everything. So it's just a little bonus, because we're not going to be able to do many harvests because of how small the header's going to be this year. So we may only look at getting 1 or 2 done this month, maybe 1 or 2 next month, depending on the size of the field. Now, some of the harvesting contracts have already been finished. I couldn't pause the game time quick enough for it to register, you know, for it to not register, so the farmers have instantly done it. I don't like when it does that, I really don't, but it has now given us some contracts for ploughing, which they're ideally what we need to get done as well. Ideally we need that. We need another tractor basically. I am just doing this field just on normal time at the moment. We're going to get into the next 2 fertilizing contracts, and we're going to basically just time lapse then, mainly because 1, we have to drive to them, 2, you know, we have to then do them, then we have to drive our way back, you know, drive ourselves back to the shop. So that's kind of what we're going to do. Now, I did look in the discount store today, guys, and there is not a single new item in the discount store. I've been praying for a harvester coming in. That's why I haven't bought one previously. I thought, well, we might get a better one. You know, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. There we go. Right, so that is field 100 done. I just want to show you these contracts that we have to do. We've got 89 and 125. Now, this is more driving than anything else, which is why I thought, well, if I drive that to them, do the fields in a little time lapse, and then we can come back to the shop, and then that's hopefully it's a couple of £1,000 in the bank. which might just help us get a cheaper trailer for this year's harvest. So we'll get the radio turned on and we will listen to some music while we do these last 2 fertilizing contracts. Right, there we go. We actually managed to get all them done. So that was done relatively quickly. So now it's time to cash those jobs in and look at some contracts. I'd like to do maybe 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 6. They're like right next to each other over here. But these jobs are just they're getting destroyed really quickly. But even though they're ready to harvest, they're not coming up as contracts. So that's not good for us. If you look at... Oh, it's alright, I'm looking under the wrong list. 1, 2, 4 is on the list to do. So we need to look at something like that. It was 1, 2, 6, but 1, 2, 6 is not coming up to be done. Also, some of these contracts are completing as well, which is absolutely killing me. Please don't do 1, 2, 6. I want to do 1, 2, 6. Come on. Nope, it's not going to be done. So that's going to be the field we do. Now, it's going to be quite a long drive coming over this way. Is 1, 2, 3 on the list to be done? I'm sure that was. No, it wasn't. You see what I mean? All the harvesting contracts are getting done way too quickly. Look, lazy farmers activated for everything, and yet the game's instantly cashing them in. 1, 2, 6 is now withered. You're joking me. So we want 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2. Apparently 1, 2, 3 needs liming. Oh my god, this is all going wrong. Why is the harvesting jobs just disappearing? Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to meet you back at the shop, guys, because it's going to be a little bit of a drive going that way. I need to get the harvester bought. Like I say, we're just going to buy the baby bison harvester. It's just for this year. Yeah, I've got lazy farmers turned on, and yet the contracts are still coming up saying they're done, and I don't really know why. So I'm gutted. We're losing jobs, but yeah, we'll get something sorted, and I'll see you when we're back at the shop. Alright guys, the shop is still closed. It is not a good time right now, so we're just gonna make the shop open, and then we're gonna go in and quickly get our harvester. I say I want to buy this on recording because a lot of people, I can't win either way, to be honest. A lot of people are like, I want to see it on the recording. Some people don't mind. It's like a catch-22. I can't win either way. Right, so this is the old school it's for 1 year. It's for 1 year. We don't need it for long. We just need it for 1 year. It's got 3,500 litre capacity, 5,000 litre. Hang on a minute. How much? We're only buying the bison header no matter what, because it's a small header. I want something that's going to fit through the gates relatively easy. 5 meters, 5.1, 4 meter. We could maybe go with that one. 12 grand. I want something, as I said, that definitely fits through the... No. So we're going to buy the bison header, no matter what. So we're going to buy that. I'm not bothered what the colours look like. Harvester. We have to go with the bison. So we'll go with the bison or the dominating. Let's have a look what this gives me option wise. No, I need the straw, so we don't want the chopper. No, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. It's what I was talking about. That leaves us with £8,000 in the bank. Now, we do have a bit of an issue because we do still need to buy ourselves a trailer. Now, ideally, we want something like that would do, but I don't like the way that nose goes down there. But the problem is we're not in a position to buy anything else. Not without selling something like, yeah, that's... £3,500. It holds 10,000, so that would hold a couple of harvesters. That's all I want. I want to be able to move a couple of harvesters. Now, again, this trailer is not going to be something we keep long term. It is going to be more something for just for this year. I don't like the way that trailer looks. The only reason I have it is because at the end of the day, you've got to have something cheap when you're doing a series like this. But I think that one's a little bit too cheap, to be honest. Right, now I have taken, while we were just off recording, I was just jumping through some of the contracts and stuff, and we have now got a few extra contracts that I've taken. Now, we're not going to be able to do all these harvesting, so don't think we're going to be able to do them all. But we're going to go right now and we're going to do field 57 on this one, basically. That's what we're going to do. I don't think we're able to pull that, are we? I didn't think we would, but I just wanted to double check. Oh, okay, that doesn't really look right, but it'll do for now. And then what we'll do, we'll get the harvester working, and then we'll go down with a worker, and then we'll run down with a baler. Now, the shop are really starting to moan at us now because of how much space we're taking up and the mess we're making over at the shop. So yeah, we have to be buying land soon. Now, with all the ploughing contracts coming up, it's going to be brilliant. We'll earn some money, we'll get a worker going. Don't forget, we've got a wider plough now. We've got our fertilizer spreader, which is bigger than when we first started, so we are now going to make massive amounts of money in like a month or two. We just unfortunately have to get to that stage right now. Right, this is going to be 12 mile an hour. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to drive this down to field 57, and I'll meet you when we're down there, basically. Right, there we go, guys. Harvester is here. This field is gonna take quite a while. I didn't realize just how big this field was. Right, we are now in the field. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this onto a worker. We're going to have him, I think, 5 headlands, because he's not got the biggest headland, and he needs to have a bit of an overlap just to not start on the headlands, do smooth corners, generate field work, do that, right, and then you start that job. So what we're gonna do now, we're basically gonna go and get the baler, and we're going to oh, have I pinned the baler in? I pinned the baler in at the back. So yeah, our job right now is going to be to pin the to get the baler, take it to this field, and then basically just try and move these straw bales. So we're getting paid to clear the field. The worker can do that. We can unplug the we can unplug the baler. Sorry, I'm getting lost for words now. we can unplug the baler from this tractor when it needs emptying, just to empty the harvester. I would like to move the Leyland down there, but the Leyland is not far from needing repairing again, which is another chunk of money gone from the savings. So come on, get up there. So if I can move, if I can basically create these bales and then move some of these bales, that's my idea. We can start earning a little bit of money while doing said job. That's the idea anyway. I don't know, if we're gonna really be able to get it to work like that, but that is the plan. But we will time lapse some of the harvesting and the baling that I'm doing. Obviously, I just need to be in a position at the moment where I've got enough straw to basically bale. So, as you can see, we've got 62% of a hay bale. Now, that's what I was gutted about doing them hay bales. We had 62%, but that'll convert over into straw for the first one. I don't know how much straw's worth. I'm not expecting it to be loads. It's usually the wrong time of year to be selling straw, but it's just extra bonus. We're entitled to the straw. We're clearing the field. We've got the contract just to clear the field, start to finish, and then he'll most likely pay us to go and plough it afterwards, or at least cultivate it. I'm hoping anyway. That's the idea. Yeah, I didn't realise how big field 57 was. Oh, 4 metre header, and we're doing field 57. But this is what I was saying before. We might not have enough time to do all the contracts. I will up the time just a little bit, just to make it a little bit more realistic. I just left it on a lower one while we were running equipment around, because it does take quite a while to move this move all this equipment. No, it's all right. I was about to say then something really daft. Like I was about to say, oh, I haven't got the trailer down there, but yeah, I did. I moved it with the harvester. Do you know what it is? I'm suffering badly still with hay fever. The flowers are still bullying me, and at the moment the weather is just unreal. It's just melting. I don't do hot weather. I don't do holidays to Spain and Greece. I do holidays to like Canada in winter, and you know what I mean, snow resorts. And I don't do warm weather. I never have done warm weather, and I don't plan on doing warm weather. Are you full already? Oh my god, he's full already. Right, okay, we're gonna have to move the Leyland down there then, guys. We don't have a choice. If I'm gonna do that, then what I'll do this off recording because the Leyland's even slower, but I'll take the bale trailer with me, ready for the straw bales. I think that's going to be the easiest thing to do. I want to get in the field in this video and do some time lapses and stuff, and I feel at the moment we're just driving backwards and forwards, so I'll jump cut this to us in the field, and then we'll go from there. Right guys, there we go. So this is over on this now, and yeah, as you can see, I'm gonna try, I don't know how well it's going to work, we're gonna try and course plate just a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna work though. That's gonna be the issue. First time I'll have used course plate to empty the combine and try and run it to the place. I just want to crack on with some other work, that's all it is. So that did not get very far before. That's going to be full before it probably finishes the headland again. Well, next time it should be able to get a bit further around, because obviously the headland's always the widest. Let me move that up there. I don't really know what this is going to be like, but we're just going to go and put that on there onto a worker. Let's see what the Leyland does. I'm hoping it stays there until it's ready. I always forget to do that. If I do the hoses, I forget the PTO. Alright, let's have a bash at some of this straw then. This is a fantastic texture. It doesn't crumble though. You dry, although then again it won't crumble because it's not our field, is it? won't destroy the stubble. It's not our field. Yeah, I don't like that trailer down there. It was just a cheap trailer just for... You should. That's better. Right. So we don't have that on auto empty. So there we go. So that is now under control there. Tall trees is, I believe, the sell point for this field. That straw texture's really nice as well. Nice. Yeah, I just changed some textures for the bales. That's the first time I've really seen a straw one in a game. I did test it obviously to make sure it worked, but I've never really, you know, it was just a quick, yeah, bale still spawns. But as you can see, this is going to take a little while to do. Now, the trailer is trying to catch the combine, so that is working nice. If I can basically just automate that a little bit and we can run it to the store, that's exactly what we need. Just enough to do something like that. That means we don't have to drive 3 machines at once. Now we do have a little bit of money left in the bank, good £5,000, so we're not, like, I don't want to say like we're bankrupt, but you know, I don't think that harvest is going to pay for itself. The only reason we have it at the moment is to give us something else to do now it's harvest season. Renault will need some fuel at some point. I'm not going to pull into that little bit there and get that little bit of straw. We're just going to go and do the headlands first. We'll basically just follow where the harvest has been on this first headland. We should be alright to make a little bit of money. Now, yep, there we go. The leyland is emptying the harvester. I do think the harvester will stop because that's how I've got it set up for the roleplay series. Yeah, I do apologise as well for having no roleplay episodes lately. It's my Go XLR has just been playing up and doing the other guy's voice and stuff is what I used. I used the Go XLR to do that, and yeah, just at the moment it's not doable. So just to give you a bit of a heads up of why I haven't done one lately. The only way I can continue the roleplay at the moment is if I was to just change it to a text, so when he spoke it was a text. It would be the only way I could do it at the moment. But I don't think that would be good for anybody else. Now, I have looked at getting some different software for voicing and things like that, but they just don't work very well in my eyes. I just kind of wanted to explain why, you know, why we haven't done it, like, so. Yeah, that harvester does suck, guys. It really does suck. I did say it wasn't the best harvester. It has a job at the moment, and that job is just to basically earn us a little bit of money this year. Like I said, the whole plan is to sell it after this year. The plan is to sell it. I've never once denied we were going to sell it. We've just got to not be in the way of the leyland, because the leyland is going to need to empty that thing again very, very soon. Yeah, the straw bales, the wheat, the barley, the textures are really, really nice. I'm glad I added them, to be honest. They can be found on King's Mod if anyone is interested in where I got them from. I was hoping to time-lapse this, guys, but I think it's going to be a little bit on the slow side at the moment. But I have just thought of something. These bales might be in the way of the leyland. It might be in the way of the Leyland. That's an issue I never thought of, to be honest. Now, and also, as you can see, we are baling at almost twice the speed of the harvester. So we are gonna have to be waiting in a minute. So what I'll probably do, actually, we've caught this guy up here, haven't we? So what we might do here, we might just, if we do that, and do that, if we go and pick up some bales so there's less in the way, try and do a, this is where a third tractor comes in handy. I don't really know where the Leyland's gone. I just saw him drive through a bush and through a hedge, and he's gone. Oh, that's why I prefer collisions on hedges, to be honest. Oh, I just look up and see the Leyland just flying through a bush. I like that. I really like that. That was funny. I'm easily amused, guys. I'm like a child. Right, so yeah, so if I go and pick these up now, I know we don't have many. It's not enough for a trailer. But if I can just do these and get these out of the way, jump between the two. I think, to be honest, the straw is where the money's going to come from for these contracts. I really do. We're not going to make loads of excess money on like the wheat, the barleys and stuff. We've got nowhere to store the wheat, the barley and stuff to, you know, to make it. Why have you done that, Leyland? I'm not trying to be harsh here, Leyland, but you've literally just stopped right in the way. I don't really understand what you've done that for. Let's keep him moving. He's very important. He has to keep moving. He has to keep moving. Now, I'm going to do something someone's going to probably genuinely hate. I have to just do that, guys. I need to get around there to get this bale before that harvester comes back. So there we are. I think we've got a bit of a system. I do. I genuinely think we've got a little bit of a system right now in the way we're going to bale. We're going to pick up the bales as we go. We don't want the bales in the way of the Leyland. We don't want the bales in the way of the harvester either. So I think doing it this way is a pretty solid idea. And now if you think about it, if we basically just do this, we do that, and then we get back into said baler, we can catch the harvester back up. So what I'm going to do, I was going to put this into a bit of a time lapse, but between jumping between, I'm going to have to sell the Leyland crop in a minute. I've got to bale, I've got to move bales, and what I might do, I might just do a bit of a jump cut, and I might just bring us back in a little bit. I'll get a little bit more of this field done, and then kind of, I just need to see basically if that guy's going to go to tall tree stores on his own. That's kind of the thing I'm thinking of at the moment. So I'll give it a little bit of a whirl. We'll get a little bit more done. I'll bring us back in maybe like 10-15 minutes, because I think that's still going to be relatively early on in the field. But that Leyland is definitely struggling on that hill at the moment, so I'll bring us back when I know the trailer's going to like empty and things like that. Right guys, I have brought us back because we've not come across an issue, but the tractor takes itself to the store, so we can leave that Leyland and that harvester to basically do its own thing. Fantastic, brilliant, best thing in the world. Only issue I've got is I can't get another bale out of the baler, and the Leyland is taking forever. That is the only downside to doing it this way. So I've got 7 bales right now. That is exactly what we've got, 7 bales. And I'm thinking of, well, I'm going to go to the nearest sell point, which is just up here. We're going to sell these 7 bales, and we're going to look at getting a third tractor, hopefully. Either that, or we just need a bigger trailer. Because, yeah, that, like I say, I'm in like a catch-22 at the moment. Because the Leyland is super slow. But the Leyland is working on its own brilliantly. I didn't actually expect that to work without issue. And honestly, it really, really did. It worked without issue. It's just very slow because the Leyland is, well, slow, to be honest. Now, I could do with that John Deere. We're going to look at that John Deere again. I don't think anything else has come up in the store. I wouldn't mind that, actually. It's 160 brake horsepower. If we could get 20 grand from these bales, that would be absolutely fantastic. We don't even have enough for the John Deere. Okay, so my plan has completely gone out the window. We've got £7,000, but we need to leave money in the bank for the workers, otherwise we're stuck. Yeah, we don't even have enough money for the cheapest John Deere at 50 brake horsepower. I'm just thinking something to run the baler, because we could put the baler on course plate and we could then do the, you know, complete the, you know, pick up the bales and move them and things like that. Now, my next problem I'm going to have, now this is a little bit of a problem. This is actually, I'd like to say, a nice problem to have. I'm not actually completing the contract for the field I'm working on. Apparently, it's decided to, when it's delivered the grain, it's delivering the grain for field 118. So, it is a bit of a pickle to complete this now. Because it's not completing this field. But it doesn't matter in the long run. It just means we can't cash this job in first. And it does mean we're going to have to go and complete field 118 next. If we don't complete 118 next, you know, we could end up running out of time, basically. So the next field we do will be field 118. As you can see, he has filled that back up there. I think what I might do is when he's at the store with his next load, I might just sell that trailer and see if we can get a bigger capacity one. There we go. I couldn't figure out what I was doing then. Yeah, look, I was on 78% of a bale, and it was just wasn't enough to get another bale, you see. So that's kind of why I brought us back in. Leyland's working really, really well, doing a fantastic job. We're obviously doing the baling. We're going to get rid of some bales. What was it? 7. I can't remember. How much did we just get for bales? Yeah, this is my thing. I tell everybody over and over again, I've got such a terrible memory. Such a terrible memory. I've already forgotten how much we made on the money from those bales. So, but as you can see, we've got loads to do again. I'm going to jump cut it once again. I'm going to see what happens while when he next goes up, because I might try and get a bigger trailer. If we can get a bigger trailer, the Leyland won't have to go as often. The problem is, if we get a bigger trailer, the Leyland will be even slower at delivering. See, you see where like the issue is now that we're having. So yeah, like I say, we'll do a little bit more. I might let him go and deliver a couple more runs, get some money in the bank from the straw, bring us back then when we do buy another trailer or a tractor, or something. I'm sure there's something we can have him do. Right guys, I have brought you back once again because we have hit a point where the Leyland is off delivering its thing. It's on its way back. I have officially caught the harvester back up. That's currently waiting for the Leyland. And yeah, I've got literally nothing to do. So I thought, well, I'll take this opportunity to go and deliver 5 more bales. Kind of thought to myself, if I can deliver 5 more bales, it might be enough to get another tractor. Here's where I'm thinking. If we swap the Leyland for the Renault can deliver the load to the sell point faster. It literally does 8 miles an hour more. Has more power, so it wouldn't struggle on the hills as much. So yeah, I'm thinking it might be time we put the Leyland onto the baling, just to try and speed this job up a little bit, because it is taking forever. Now, I had a feeling it was going to take forever, but the Leyland delivering the stuff automatically is helpful. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say it's not helpful, but by God, it's so slow at driving up there. It is so slow at driving up there. It's just, yeah, it's just so painful to deliver that up to there, basically. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. As you can tell, we've now just made another £1,000 on the bales, so that's really good. That's going to help us out massively. But that is maybe enough to buy that cheap ass John Deere, basically. Oh, that cheapo John Deere. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe we can get that cheap John Deere, 7.5 grand. Even if it's something we sell, we could maybe look at getting rid of the Kubota. Now, I know the Kubota is going to be useful again in a couple of months' time, but if we were to get rid of the Kubota, that would give us about 4 or 5 grand back in the bank, on top of the money we've got now. That could maybe get us the little Zetor tractor. It might even get us the little John Deere. Like the John Deere is for me, I think is a good. I never thought I dropped a bale off the back of the. I dropped a bale here, and I could have taken that bale with me. I never even thought of that. I didn't even think of it. Right, well, we're gonna leave that here. Yeah, I'm trying to just find a way to speed this job up just a little bit. Now, the header being small is not really, you know, that's my fault for kind of going to small with the header, but it was what I could afford. That's what it was. It's what I could afford. Now, if we look on the contract side of things, that's how long I've been playing the game. I've had 2 save points since. 34% done there. 19% done apparently there. Yeah, so we're flying through the you know, we're technically flying through 2 contracts at the same time, and I think that's where we're making our, you know, I think that's where we're making a problem for ourselves, because it's technically reading the wrong contract first. I think that's our biggest problem, because we're not actually completing this contract just yet, I don't think. So until we can get field 118 harvested as well. But we did make a mistake with this harvester. I am going to completely hold my hand up and say we should have bought the class 1 with a 5,000 litre tank. The Leyland wouldn't have been struggling as much as what it is. And I have now decided that we're going to swap the Leyland and the Renault over. So let's get that under control and sort that out. Come on. I know it means that we're going to struggle a little bit with the baling and moving the bales and stuff with the Leyland, because it has less power. But I think in the long run, this is the wise decision to send this thing doing all the running around. So if we undo that and we undo that, I've kind of pinned myself in here. I tried to park this as close to the Renault as I could. Come on, Mr. Renault. But yeah, I'm just kind of showing you what I'm doing. Now, I can imagine this is probably going to be a very long episode. So, yeah. If it is, it is. There's not much I can do about that. It's just the way this episode is. But once again, I'm going to bring us back when we when he's off to go and do his thing again, basically, just to try and give you a bit of a heads up. Now, when it comes to doing field 118 next, it'll be easier to manage because it's not a very big field. It'll probably all go in one trailer. It's a tiny field. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move this Renault out of the way. I'm going to crack on and I'll bring you back when we're getting rid of some more bales. Alright guys, we are going with another 6 bales. The Renault is having a nightmare, guys. I don't know what's going on. The Leyland delivered crop perfectly. No issues at all. You can just see the Renault over there. He keeps getting lost. I don't know what the difference is between the Renault and the Leyland, but the Renault keeps getting lost. Literally, I'm not even joking. That's kind of why I just brought us back in. I've got another 6 bales to sell just to try and boost a bit of income. But yeah, we are making really good progress on this. Now, I know there's not much of the harvest on this. This is more just like a harvest management side of things today. Next episode, we will be working in some smaller fields. The reason I did a big field first, I wanted the big field income because we need another tractor. It's obvious we need another tractor. Just for the trailer, really. You know, I mean, we can kind of not necessarily automate this more, but at least the baler could be going around doing the baling work. We could have a guy doing the trailer work, and yeah, that's all it is. We could just do with another tractor, just to try and keep this moving a little bit better, I suppose would be the way you could look at it. Even if we had a second trailer, for example, the harvester wouldn't be stuck as much. We should have gone with the class. I know I'm waiting for the comment. You should have gone with the class. It had a bigger tank. I know. It was an extra $5,000 though, and now we didn't have that money at the time. But yeah, you're right. We should have sold the Tedder. We should have got the class. It had a bigger grain tank. It would have been better. All right. I'm listening to you. Look, field 118 has now been 100% complete. We haven't even started 118 yet, and we've done 11% of this contract. I'm hoping by the time we get to the end of this field, both the fields would be done in theory, so that we can basically just do field 111 as crop that we can sell, basically. But as you can see where we are on the field, we are not even halfway. This is why I'm going to continue to jump cut for a little bit, just to give you a bit of a heads up of, you know, why we're still jump cutting. Yeah, we've got we're not even close. We're not even close to having this done in this episode. So I'm going to keep jump cutting, and I'll bring you back when we've got another, but basically when the Renault goes and delivers again, basically. Well, once again, this time we have a full trailer full of straw, guys, because, well, managed to have got very lucky in that last load for the Renault, and yeah, basically the bales didn't drop where the harvester needed emptying, so we felt really lucky with that. But this is going to be another 8 bales sold, and yeah, we've still got way more to do. I genuinely I can't get over how much is still left to do. I've been recording this now for 2.5 hours on and off, you know, bringing us back, jump cutting, but I've been in this now 2.5 hours. It's insane. It's half of the problem is the Renault. The Renault has got issues driving to and from the sell point. Now, to give you an idea of what that is, for some reason the Renault keeps getting stuck on the road. The Leyland never had that issue, but the Renault is having an awful time getting stuck on the road. Now, just gonna drive back to the field to show you what we've still got left, because this will be the last jump cut until we have finished. So the money will go up, things like that. I don't know how long this episode is gonna be. I don't like jump cuts. I lose track of time, and yeah, but as you can see from here, it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I have lowered the quantity for the trailer as well. I think it empties at 75% now. Or, you know, when it gets to 75%. Because it was higher and it was like emptying a tiny little bit from the harvester on the last load. And it wasn't enough to... You know what I mean? It was like basically wasting us more time. I have noticed that we have had a massive improvement in time since. But yeah, we've had to adjust where we've emptied it. There you go. He's blocked again. He's blocked on the traffic, guys. The Leyland never had this problem. And this is one of the reasons why this job is taking so long to do. Because he's just going to be sat there now until I basically go and rescue him. So this will be the last jump cut until we... until I'm more towards the end. Right then, guys, we are finally coming to the end of this field. Now, we have made some huge mistakes today. We have made some huge mistakes. Mistake number one, we should have left the Leyland on the trailer. I don't know if you've noticed, but I am currently driving the Renault again. I found the problem for the Renault. Why it can't deliver the loads to the sell point. If we press F5, look at the size of the trigger around the Renault. It's absolutely huge. Now, obviously, that means it gets stuck on every single bit of traffic. The Leyland doesn't. Now, that's obviously something I can fix off recordings and, you know, off the channel and things like that. But obviously, I've had to swap it back, basically. So, as much as the Leyland is very slow at going to and from the destination, at least it does it automatically. Now, I have been doing this field now for 3 hours. I'm not joking. I am just short of 3 hours by about 5 to 7 minutes, somewhere daft like that. That's how much this job has taken. Now, I know it's my own fault because we bought a baby harvester, but the Renault should have cured our problems by speeding up going to the sell point and coming back and emptying, and it didn't because of the collision. And I was trying to figure it out while, you know, it was doing its thing, and then I thought to myself, hang on a minute, why has it got a collision? You know what I mean? And yeah, that's the reason why. We have sold another 2 lots of bales in between. Well, I say 2 lots. I think one was a full trailer, one had about 4 on, but the Renault got stuck again, and so I just delivered the 4, hence why the money has gone up a little bit. Now, this will be the only big field we harvest this year. There's no way I can spend 3 hours recording. My kids are like, keep coming down like, Dad, come, you know, can we make, you know, a bit of noise and things like that. And I'm like, I'm nearly done. That was an hour ago. But they are, you know, they're playing on like the switches and stuff. It's fine. But yeah, this is why I can't do a lot at the moment, you know, with it being the summer holidays, you see. And I've got 2 autistic kids, and they are being honest to God, they are being super awesome today with how quiet they are still being. They are absolutely awesome. I'll have to give them some money for the shop once I've finished. I'll give them a £5 each, and they can go to the shop or something. Go get some sweeties. It's the least I can do, do you know what I mean? This video, it's cost me more to make this video, sending them to the shop for them being quiet, than I'll probably ever make of this video. It's going to cost me like 15 quid. I've got 3 kids, because as much as I want to reward like my kids with special needs for being super behaved while this job has taken so long, I can't obviously leave my daughter out, do you know what I mean? And she's the most expensive of them all. A girl, expensive. Yeah. Now, as you can see, we've got a little bit of, just a little bit left here. Now, we do have to go over to field 118, and we are going to keep this bison till the end of this harvest window, okay? We are going to sell it, but we are going to keep it to the end of this window. We're just going to be re-looking at the fields we're doing. I know like 118's a pretty good size field, and things like that. So we'll be pretty good doing the fields at the other side of the map. So that's good for us. We can do that. Obviously, field 118 is going to be a bit of a nightmare. I just realised that glitches through there. That could do with being on there. I get why that's there, but that could do with being there. Interesting. Something else for me to fix on. Well, to be honest, guys, I've got two choices. It's going to save the game. I knew it was going to do that because I haven't been in the menus for a while. We've got two choices because I have been on the Kings mod and I have fixed a couple of new mods. So we've got the Renault with about 145 brake horsepower. That is the Ford we use in our what is it series, the in the roleplay series. But we have some new Fords, 98 brake horsepower. We have the 7910 from Kings mod. I'm fully worked. If we look in here, completely error free. If you download it from Kings mod though, guys, it is not error free. It is badly broken. But if you want a non-broken copy, you will find one in my Discord. Then we have the 8200Q. I need to get rid of the Q because I don't like the Q. This is also error free. If you download this from Kings mod, again, it is badly broken, but 115 brake horsepower. But it's £36,000. Now, the question I wanted to ask, we're going to lose brake horsepower if we go for the 8200Q. Okay? But do we get a full refund because the Renault is broken? Now, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do we get a full refund on the Renault because it's broken? Or do we sell it for what it is? Now, if we get a full refund, it's £18,000. Actually, I'll tell you what it is. It's £18,500. Do you know what I mean? I think we had a... Oh, what did we have on it? We had something on the front. We had the front attachment. So we're due £19,000 if we were to get a refund. So let me know what you think we should do with that, because yeah, to be honest, I think we could be entitled to a refund. Sorry, just had an absolute sneezing fit. Right, this is my only problem I've got with the Renault. Not with the Renault at the moment, the Leyland. The Leyland has returned. Since we took it off that, it doesn't want to work. Whole tree stars. Yeah, it's been really weird. I'm going to set that to 75% because that means it'll be 2 harvester loads. But yeah, if I just show you the collision on this one, guys. If you look at that box just around the collision, just, you know, like the taller one, that not the big massive one at the back. That's the trailer one, but the one on the tractor. See how much smaller that is compared to the Renault? Right, okay, I set that wrong. Right, let me just turn you off of there. I will I'll get rid of the collision markers in a minute. We'll get that there so you can empty. Right, that should follow now. Yeah, it's because I just sent the Leyland off right as I brought us back into this episode. Now, like I say, I'm not really sure on the time length of this episode because, like I said, I've been playing for over 3 hours now. It's absolutely crazy insane how long this has taken, really. But yeah, you see, he's 80% full again. But he's not registering the Leyland for some reason. It was working fine till I went to the Renault, and the Renault was just broken everything. But yeah, as you can see, we've just got to come to the end of this. If we look on the contract as well, I've been super busy with this contract. This is 94% done. That's 20. So that's delivered as well. So if we go to 118, all we have to do is harvest the field, get the straw, job done. That should most likely be all of ours. 118 should be completely ours. Every single bit of barley, bit of wheat, you know what I mean? It should all be ours. Yeah, he's about to be full, but he's not triggering. He's not triggering the Leyland for some reason. He was working fine when we first started, and then, like I say, I swapped it to the Renault. You can see some issues I've had with the Renault. Them patches there where the Renault kept colliding into the harvester for literally no reason other than that collision box, basically. But it didn't happen every time. It was really, really weird. You've got a full grain tank. Oh, the Leyland is coming, but you've wait. Okay. And we're gonna have to look into the setting on that. We don't want it to be 100% full before it triggers. Yeah, that alright. 1 meter was a bit too much for that one, but it'll do just to finish this. But you can see we've not got much left to do over on this. But I'm super happy that we finally come to the end of this field. I just can't believe it's taken 3 real life hours to do it. This is what happened when you use small equipment, but it's all I could afford. If I didn't do it this way, I couldn't harvest at all. Now, if anyone is wondering, you know, like I say, if you don't like the way I've jump cutted this video, like I say, I did want to time lapse it. I couldn't time lapse 3 hours. Do you know what I mean? That was my biggest issue. It's just impossible for me to time lapse 3 hours. Absolutely impossible. So yeah, hopefully you can forgive me for this episode not being of the bestest quality. I completely understand why it isn't. But yeah, we won't be doing any big fields like this, not until we get at least a 7-8 meter header and a 10,000 litre capacity harvester, basically. That's kind of what we're looking for now. I'm not gonna do any more jump cuts with the end of this. We're just gonna let this do its thing. And right, while you do that, I'm just gonna slowly make my way up. I do love this mod. It helps me on roleplay really, really well. Where it goes this slow for a reason. It's not the tractor or anything. It's because the bale's nearly full. It'll automatically empty and stuff. And yeah, when I'm doing the roleplay, it's bloody brilliant. Oh, I didn't get enough. Look at that. Yeah, I'm hoping he's going to finish this just before before the Leyland sends off up to the sell point again. But I need to move all this equipment to field 118. So in the next episode, guys, we will be doing field 118. We'll probably have we'll probably have 3 or 4 episodes just harvesting different things or fields nearby. I might just do all the fields at that side of the map, basically. I think that's going to be the easiest thing to do. The harvester will be over there. All our baling equipment will be over there. We have officially made more money in straw than we have on this harvest. It's daft. I know it's absolutely daft, but that is the way it has worked out. We have made more money on straw than we have on the harvest. But don't forget, we are playing on the hard difficulty as well, so it's been a very, very interesting episode. I don't really know what you're playing out there, dude, but can you please hurry up? You're going... Why are we going super slow? Come on. Come on. Let's give it a little push. I am genuinely not kidding you. At one point, I used the Leyland to push the harvester. It was going up like the hill and it was doing like 3 mile an hour like now, and I was literally using the Leyland just to keep it going, and I was just baling at the same time. It's crazy. I don't understand why he's going so slow though. Something I do want to just do on this, I was going to leave that on 75%, but I just want to leave that on 90 because I think 90 is going to be just enough to finish this field. And then, like I say, I'll move all the equipment off recording. I'll probably sell the last couple of bales off recording. Obviously, I can't complete this contract if it doesn't finish. We might need to do field 118. Now, one issue I'm going to have, and I'll need, like I said, let me know about the Renault straight away. Because if we use the Leyland to sell field 118, wheat/barley, I can't remember what it is, he's got to travel half the distance of the map. That is very, very slow. Do you know what I mean? And that could be an issue. You know, as much as 118 won't take us long to do harvest wise, the driving to and from, because he's going to the same sell point over there. So if we just look on the map, if we do 118, which is over here, he has to drive all the way to this sell point here. Do you know what I mean? That is a crazy, crazy amount to deliver, you know. Between 93, I just want to have a look at 93 for a second though, while we're just waiting for... Oh, that's a plough. That's a plough. Yeah, that's not good. But I'm thinking of leaving field 118. Leave the straw until the field's completely finished. Because I think in the next episode we should be able to get 2 fields harvested while not jump cutting really. We can maybe time lapse it a little bit and do that thing. And then what I might do is I might send the Renault. If you say we have to keep the Renault, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to sell the Renault no matter what. What is the tractor worth? It's only worth 10,000, 11,000 pounds. That will give us 25,000, 26,000. We've got to cash in this contract, which is 6,000, so 30. We might be able to buy the Ford. Actually, just buy it if you don't say get a refund. Now, the only reason I was talking about the talk of the refund is the issues we're having collision-wise and things like that. You know, we have had a couple of issues with the Renault now. So it's, you know, and I don't mind fixing the Renault. It's just how long it takes me to fix it. You know what I mean? Because obviously once I finish recording today, you know, my kids are going to make some noise. I'm going to play some Apex once I've got this edited. You know what I mean? This video's uploaded by now and ready. You know what I mean? It's 12:10. I start recording at like 8:30 in the morning. It's crazy how long this field has taken, but we will not be doing a large field like this with a 4-meter header again. We need at least a 7-meter header to do a field this size. Simple as that. As simple as that. But I do hope you guys have enjoyed this episode anyway. If you're thinking to yourself, you know, I didn't really like the way it was jump cutted, like I say, I do apologise. I didn't plan on this field taking this long. I thought it would be a little bit more automated. I didn't think we'd have the problems. I thought if the Renault did the runs to the shop it would be faster, which in theory if the Renault wasn't broken it would have been. We'd have been finished about an hour ago, but I had to keep babysitting the Renault, and if I was driving the Renault on the road it meant I couldn't drive the Leyland to do the baling, so everything just took a lot longer than initially planned, and it has really let me down. Basically the Renault has let me down. The Renault has let me down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend some time in like my Elm Creek test world. What the hell are you doing? Hello? Are you officially finished? Oh, I turned the baler off by accident. I believe he has finished. Nope, he hasn't finished. He's full. He's full. I've just realised what he's doing. So the Leyland must be coming over now. Yes, it is. That's very handy. Yeah, we're not really going to get any extra straw out of this. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to leave this here for now. We're going to drop that there. We're going to drop that there. We're going to get these last couple of bales on this while we're just recording. Like I say, if it's a very long episode, I hope you've enjoyed the longer episode, since there's only 3 episodes this week. Like I say, not trying to be, you know, I'm not trying to force people to like a video if they don't like it, so to speak, but 50 likes on the video minimum to get, you know, for the whole week gets basically, you know, a full week's next week, because if not, I spend time on my other YouTube channels, basically, so that's all it is. When you've got more than one channel, you've got to try and dedicate your time. I spent the weekend playing SnowRunner, and well, that wasn't well received apparently, so yeah. So this weekend there'll be no videos on that channel. It's just the way it is. You know, you've got to see it from a content point of view. If I'm not making like viewership from a video or a channel, then that channel will just get less time for now. Because if a channel's doing well, why wouldn't I put more time into said channel? Do you know what I mean? That's where I'm kind of going with that. I'm hoping that little bit that it's about to sell. So the harvester has officially finished. The Leyland is officially on his way to sell that bit of grain. If he finishes the contract, we can actually sell, we can actually cash that contract in, as long as there's enough in the trailer to sell. If not, we need to complete 118. That's the problem. And 118 is a long drive, so that would obviously have to complete both contracts in the next episode. Yeah, the Leyland is a lot better drive to and from, well, just to and from places, really. Right, so if I do that, we unfold that there. Yeah, the Renault, when it was selling, cut across fields like they didn't exist. The Leyland sticks to all the roads, and it's, yeah, I don't know, just the Renault in general is just, I just feel a little bit let down. I nearly said left. I just feel a little bit let down by the way the Renault's behaved in this contract. But I think if we can maybe keep the Renault as like a ploughing and a fertiliser and a cultivating machine, all well and good. But I don't know if that's going to be possible. I suppose it depends on if we can cash this contract in now. If we can cash this contract in now, we should be able to maybe get that Ford. Maybe. And the Ford gives us about mid horsepower as well. So the Renault, if we ended up keeping it, would be the most horsepower we've got still. But the Ford would be the second, and then the Leyland would just be for... Like I said, I really like the Leyland. It's just the speed. I just don't know if we should increase the speed on, but then I feel like if we increase the speed, it makes it unrealistic. I don't know why I've come this way. I should have started sending this to field. Right, so we need to send this guy to field 118. I'm just trying to procrastinate at the moment, kill a little bit of time to send this guy off to another job. Yeah, this... Like I said, this episode's going to be huge, guys, and I do apologise. So we're going to send that guy over there. Hopefully he won't have a problem. Hopefully he won't have a problem. We're going to drop that, and we're going to drop that, and then we're going to drop that to there. I think he's already bugged out. I think he's already... No, maybe not. We'll see how he gets there. I'll put this guy onto a worker as well, because I'm going to have to babysit the Leyland in a second. Don't really need to do that, but I'm thinking if we send this guy going over here as well, He's just cutting across the field like it's not even there. Alright, so we'll put that up going that way. We'll see what happens over there. Where's the Leyland? Yeah, the Leyland's fantastic, guys. It's an absolutely fantastic mod. You can actually download the Leyland. It is on a web. If you just put in FS22 Leyland into Google, you will come across this mod, but you will have to repair it. It's not in a good condition. The convert is, you know, the person who converted it over, it's a really bad convert. Yeah, look at it. He's just driving wherever he wants. The only reason I'm procrastinating right now, guys, is I just want to see if this completes the contract. That is literally, I tell you what, we can drive this ourselves. Screw it. We'll save some money. But we've got £16,000 in the bank, as well as almost completing 2 contracts. So I don't think we've done too bad. But we could do with, well, we either get the Ford or we get a better trailer. I could do with a bigger trailer. Oh, wrong one. Please complete this contract. Please complete this contract. I want to cash it in. Please complete this contract. No! Oh, we still need 23%. That's a huge amount. Oh no. That's not good, guys. That's not good. This has just been a disaster episode. Everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong in this episode. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the slightly longer episode. Thank you so much for watching the disaster. And until next time, I'll see you all in the next episode.